Welcome to Cinderella Has Cellulite, a show about love, romance, and how to make it all last. Relationship expert Donna Weitzman draws on her years of experience in and out of the dating game to unwrap the mysteries behind the all-too-familiar fairy tale. Tune in to find out the secrets behind first dates, second marriages, and everything in between. From his friends and her friends to X's and O's. This is Cinderella Has Cellulite. And now, your host, Donna Weitzman.
Good morning, everyone. Zach, I guess it's still morning. It's lunchtime, though. I got a little growl.
It is just over lunchtime. Yeah, okay. You're right. It is afternoon.
Right. I got to get some more of those ginger cookies that I love so much.
The ginger cookie from Whole Foods, right?
From Whole Foods. Those are my best.
Donna, how are you?
I'm good. And listen, I'm still excited about last week when we did the dating. I want to do one every time.
The dating game was a lot of fun.
The dating game. How fun was that?
It was. I can't believe how well it went.
Oh, my gosh.
I thought it'd be a little bit more... I don't know. It went really well. Yeah, it just flowed real smoothly.
Well, I'm just remembering that there's no ring on Zach's finger, girls out there.
That is
let's
true.
Don't forget. I think he's getting a little braver as we go along. We have Sarah Crilly with us. Sarah, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Donna.
Let's don't forget, Sarah is our dating coordinator. And when we talked Sarah into this, she was excited about it. But now she's not only exciting, I think she's overwhelmed. It's so exciting. Tell us what happened last week.
It's so exciting. So first of all, I am just as excited as you are to set up all these dates with you and to be the coordinator of all these singles. We are flooded with applications.
There's a lot.
Yes, there's so many. And so I'm just feeling the rush of trying to get the next one together, and we're going to have so much fun with it. I mean, I can't wait to set up this next little round.
I don't want to say I'm a skeptic, but I'm genuinely surprised at how many people have turned out for this thing. It's turned into something.
Oh, people are fun in Dallas, and I think they're fun all over the country.
It's starting to grow legs.
It is. You know what? There was something to say, Zach, for us old baby boomers back in the 1960s and 70s when we just met people, you know?
Yeah. You know, the funniest thing about that to me is not the idea of just having to kind of meet somebody at a restaurant. It's not being able to confirm. You'd somehow get in contact with them a couple days in advance and say, oh, I'll meet you at this time on this day at this place. Okay. And you don't hear anything from them for 48 hours or some odd time, and then it just happens. You show up and hope they're going to be there.
Well, that's the way it used to be, only sometimes it was by letter. Now, that's way, way even before me.
By letter.
They sent people letters and said, see me here. But we don't do it that way. We do it right here live.
It's true.
So for you Facebook friends, we're Facebook Live today, and you can see us as we do this. And, of course, we're going to be on our podcast, and it'll be out in a couple of weeks. And we got video on our podcast now. So we're really kind of stepping into the tech world.
It's true. Yeah, we're kind of,
here.
this is starting to take on a life of its own, I think. Hey, so Sarah, I wanted to ask, the dating game, what did you think?
I think it was so successful.
Yeah,
and
I mean, because you did a lot of work on the back end to make it happen.
I sure
did. You were
I sure
orchestrating
did.
that whole
so orchestrating it for this next time is, let's see if the Bachelorette and Bachelor hit it off.
Yeah.
If they do, then we're going to go into our pool of applications and figure out who's going to be our next Bachelor. Now, there is a chance if they don't hit it off on this mystery date, Rich will be our next Bachelor.
Right, Kira
and we need
Rich.
to find the three Bachelorettes.
And
to
how about
mix them
Kira?
with. And so she will be she'll be a character on our show continuing on. I think that she needs to give advice to the incoming Bachelors and Bachelorettes to give her experience and some advice, right? We want to keep her around.
And you know, I heard a rumor, Sarah. I'm not sure this is true, but did we get a lot of phone calls of people wanting to set up a date with Sarah and Rich?
So many.
Oh,
so many.
My gosh. Tell us about that.
So I think it's exciting just because this has never been done before here in a podcast world of setting up all these dates. And people are excited about it. Something new, something different. So don't wait. Send in your application to cinderellahascellulite@gmail.com. That's cinderellahascellulite@gmail.com. If I can say cellulite. I don't want cellulite, but that's the...
Well, I've got it. I've got enough for both of us. So, but I think it's important. You know, something that came up along the way, well, and I don't know, Zach, if this interests you or not, but I think it will, but it certainly interests the women out there, and that is, okay, we're going to have a first date with someone. So what do we wear?
Right.
Yeah. You know, we women, we obsess, don't we, Sarah, over what we wear?
Absolutely. You got to make a great first impression. And it's not just about personality. It's also how you look, right?
Yeah.
Right. One of my New Year's resolutions this year was to start dressing nicer.
Well, that's because you're on our podcast.
And also because I'm not devoted enough to try to lose weight. I'm just going to try to wrap it better. You know what I mean?
It's all in the wrapping.
Lewis, I think you look nice.
Thank
I mean,
you.
what would you want to improve in your look?
I try very hard. I don't know. Nicer shoes, maybe.
No.
I need to step up
Let
my
me see
sock
those
game,
shoes.
and also I need to. They're pretty beat up. They're
Actually,
pretty
he
ragged.
has on very good shoes. All right, you guys can close your ears because we're going to talk to the women a minute, and we're going to talk about some do's and don'ts of what to wear on your first date.
Hey, to be fair, I do want to hear this because I'm curious if I'm going to agree or not.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
we'd love to have your attitude on
Thanks.
this and your opinion on this, Zach. So the first thing, and this is a shocker, so for those people listening out there and watching us, don't wear black.
Don't wear black.
Don't wear black. I have some research here that says, I know you prefer to wear your little black dress on a date. However, men just don't like women in black because they think it makes them seem older and unhappy. What do you think about that?
You know, I'm a big fan of color blocking. I don't know if you're aware of that. I
Color
think it's
blocking.
easy for me. It's like, oh, just wear two colors that kind of complement each other, and it's fine.
Do you like black?
Black, I like. It's slimming. But it I don't know, lacks personality, I guess. If somebody's wearing all black, it just seems like you're very, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it, but I
think
guess
it's a safety net, isn't it?
Well, I think we women all think it makes us look thinner, and perhaps it does. But the last part of this, even though it says don't wear black, it says if you choose to wear black, and many of us will, because many of us, our best clothes are black clothes, it says wear a pashmina or a scarf to lighten it up around our face.
Well, we love that
Accessorize.
scarf.
We
That's your
love
signature.
Scarves. In fact, I have a scarf outside. I should have brought it in. Okay, so if you wear black, wear pashmina, something bright colored, or a scarf. Number 2, don't try to look good with a trend that doesn't look good on you. Let me tell you, on me, Zach, oh my gosh, I look terrible in culottes or divided skirts or whatever they call those big-legged pants.
culottes.
Oh, I look horrible in them, and I want to wear them so bad, but I can't. What do you think,
That's the
Sarah?
pants with the flare.
Yeah, well, the big
pants
flare.
with
They
the
look like a
flare.
skirt, you know, when you
Oh,
sta-
I
yeah.
have seen those.
Yes, and that's a big trend right now. But on me, ugh. Even the people in the sales rooms, you know, the dressing people in the dressing rooms are like, that's not your best.
So you want to fit your fashion with your body.
Yeah, we shouldn't.
Something
for me,
flattering.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
for the safe bet.
Yeah.
Don't try to do anything too out there.
And right, and that's my next point.
Yeah.
Number 3, don't wear too much va-va-voom, as they would say on
Would
Sex and the
that
City.
be cleavage?
Well, that's
much
interesting
cleavage?
you mentioned cleavage. The notes and research say if you're going to wear something with cleavage, then wear a longer sleeve or wear a longer skirt with cleavage. Or if you're going to wear a very short skirt, wear a high collar. You don't want to give too much skin. We need to leave the guys something to think about. So not too much skin.
Oh, I think that's great advice.
You know, I don't have a whole lot to say towards that. I'd say something about wanting to land a second date, but at the same time, I assume a guy's not shallow and he'll like her for her personality. So, yeah.
And this, the last research we saw this week is wear a dress. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I do believe what they say, and that is men prefer women in dresses. So, unless you just think you look great in pantsuits, which, you know, I'm sort of a, you know, old-fashioned. I think I kind of look good in pantsuits, but I would wear a dress on the first date.
It's a classic look. It's almost like a guy in a jacket. It's like long dress, long hair. It just works. It works always. It's always worked. It will always work. It's
Well, there's the thing about long hair and short hair, Sarah, and you and I both have short hair, and it says men prefer long hair. However, if they do like women with short hair, they like for them to wear long earrings, bouncy earrings.
great. Short hair's a tough thing to pull off.
So
It's something about face structure.
we got to get rid of our
don't know.
studs if we go out. We got to wear long, zippy earrings. So, what do you think of that?
So they're distracting for me. That's kind of a stretch. I don't know. I haven't ever really worn the long dangly earrings, but
Yeah.
I guess I should try it,
You
right?
pr- you
Men
know
prefer
what?
it.
Well, doesn't,
even
doesn't
though-
it change the shape of your face or something? There's probably something there. Some people.
Well, it depends on the shape of the earring. But you know what? The problem for Sarah is she's now engaged, and if she starts wearing long, dangly earrings, we may have more people calling in on
Yeah.
our dating thing. So you better stick with the studs.
Blame
at this
it on
point.
the earrings.
Yeah.
Blame it on the earrings.
And let's see, was there one other, Zach? Well, Well, don't wear stilettos unless you can walk gracefully.
All right, see, I don't know anything about
That
this.
is solid advice. That is solid
Stilettos.
advice. Can I tell you a quick story?
Please
I
do.
fell on a date because
No
I was wearing
way.
the heels. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
no.
bit it real hard, and it was so embarrassing. How can you recover from that?
You just get up and
I
pull them off.
I suppose you didn't.
You
It was
just
awful. It was terrible.
You just pull them off and put them on top of the table.
Let me get some details here. Was it like stairs? Was it a rug you got caught on?
So
I mean,
it was
what
in a restaurant, and it was a slippery floor, and I think I was just so anxiety of this date because he was so good looking, and I flipped. I really did. I think I
Oh,
flipped a
man.
table. It was awful. It was horrible. It was a train wreck. It was terrible. No, there
Wow.
was not a second date. I ruined it.
So Sarah is proof. Do not wear stilettos unless you walk gracefully in them. And I'd be really careful if you're going up a lot of stairs or it's slick, or some of the arts galleries and things are very slick. Although I know a lot of girls wear stilettos and they look terrific in them.
So can I ask you a question then? What should they wear?
They should wear something bright around their neck if they're going to wear black, or just wear something brighter colored. Try to choose something a color that you look good in. If you're going to wear something sexy, make sure it's sexy only on one part of your body, not all of your body. So don't show too much skin. Wear shoes that are comfortable that you can walk in, because you're not for sure. You may have to walk home. No, I'm only teasing. But that's some of the rules. Wear dangly earrings if you have short or long hair, and if you have short hair, for sure wear dangly earrings, because men like the movement, and it makes them look at your neck and also the top of you a lot more.
So this is great advice to the women, and it sounds like you're going to have a guest to give some men advice on fashion.
Well, we are. Our next guest is going to be Ruby Bhandari.
Bhandari. I know, it's quite the last name.
Yeah, Bhandari, and she is absolutely gorgeous. And Ruby's company is called Silk Threads. And Sarah, I think you've met Ruby.
She's a fashionista here in Dallas, so we need to know all these fashionistas to give us great dating and fashion advice, right? Right, Donna?
And I'm gonna have questions for the guys too. I wanna get some advice from her. She is the expert after all.
Well, one of our mystery daters, Johnny, does modeling for Ruby Bhandari.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh wow, I knew he was a
And
model. I didn't know how,
he
though.
looks wonderful, and that's how we met him.
That's how we met him, and he was single, and Donna just zeroed in on him.
Yeah.
And he's still in our dating pool.
Oh, gosh.
So that's a little info on Johnny.
If you listen closely, you can just hear the sound of our Cinderella Has Cellulite inbox getting crushed by bachelorettes looking for Johnny now. He's a male model, ladies.
Could he be our next bachelor?
I don't know. We'll just see. And then, of course, we have Thomas out there. And Thomas, we loved having Thomas on our show. I just want to bring back those bachelors for a second. Thomas was on our show, and Thomas has European sports cars, old European sports cars, classics, which are fabulous. And so he was one of our bachelors. And then, of course, Rich, who is our bachelor coming up for his date at Princi Italia.
That reminds me, when I was putting together the last episode, Thomas at one point said he had some kind of car with his dad, some kind of Ferrari
Yes,
Aventador
a
or something.
special.
And both of you went, "Ooh!" Do either of you even know what that car looks
No,
like?
no,
It
No.
sounded
Ferrari.
fancy. It sounded so fancy.
Of course not.
If it's a Ferrari, it's got to be great.
Right.
So our date is going to Princi Italia restaurant. It already makes me hungry to think about it because it is noontime here. But Zach, have you been to both of the Princi Italias?
I got to be honest. I don't know if I've been to either. I know, a cardinal sin in the Cinderella Has Cellulite cast. I need to go. I
Yeah.
do. I need to give it a formal review. I
Well,
think.
when you go, you are going to love it. And so anyway, Princi Italia is ready for our mystery date. I think it's going to be great. Sarah, are we going to be filming that, or do we know?
So we're going to be there to greet them because we kind of went back and forth on this.
We
Is
have
it
gone
going
back
to
and
be
forth on this.
awkward if we're there? It's not like we're going to be sitting at the table, but I think we should welcome them in, greet them, and make sure that they're all situated there over the candlelight.
They can't
and
feel like
wine.
they're being babysat. Come on, love's not going to happen if we're watching them from the bushes.
We are really excited.
Now let's don't over-expect, guys. This is the first date.
It's true.
The very first date. So there's just going to be a little chemistry or not. Remember, this is a dating and relationship show, Zach, so they don't always have chemistry, but they might, and it might be big.
And we're going to follow up on it. I want to keep up with these kids and see what happens.
Yeah. And so they've got a choice. They can either go to Princi Italia in Plano, Or they can go to Princi Italia in Dallas at Royal and Preston. Do you know which one they've chosen?
Sounds like they chose Plano.
Plano.
2 locations.
Okay.
And not to discount Royal and Preston. It's a nice neighborhood. It's a good part of town.
Yeah, great part of town. So either one is going to be great, but that's what's going on in the dating world. Sarah, what else do you have before we get Ruby in here?
I wonder if he's going to sing to her over dinner. What do you
That's
think?
what won
Oh,
the
gosh.
contest. Yeah, for all you bachelors out there that are sending in, notices to be on Cinderella Has Cellulite, be sure you have a song ready because you never know when you get asked for karaoke.
No, the singing question was so brutal.
It was.
Savage.
Yes, we love
That was
Oh,
tough.
man. Yeah.
That was tough. Sarah, do you have any advice of something that the girls should be prepared for? Because we will have a bachelor picking out the bachelorettes.
Gosh, advice for the girls.
Anything they should know in particular?
We'll need to get Kira on at some point and ask her. We
See,
should
I
sort
think
that
She
out.
had a
Sports.
lot of advice.
Yeah.
I think sports. Guys like sports, and they may ask a question like, do you like the Stars the best, the Mavericks, the Cowboys? And so we girls need to kind of have a little bit of sport talk.
Just some kind
Yeah.
of insight.
Yeah.
So guys
Yeah.
don't like to give the advice to the girls. They don't like us to be unknowingly and just teach them.
I guess. I'd get crushed on the sports question. I don't know anything.
What if it's a divided house? What if it's like opposite sports teams? So someone's really for the Cowboys.
there may
and
not be
someone's from out of state?
chemistry.
I think,
Really?
I think
There
you
may be
gotta-
no chemistry.
I think you got to pepper in some basic questions, like who's your favorite sports team,
Yeah,
and also
just some basics.
some mixers. I think are important. I want to ask questions. If I was to ask questions, I guess I'd ask questions like, "What's your phone wallpaper right now?
That's a good
Is it a
one.
picture
Wow.
you took of something, or is it something you found on the internet? Is it a painting, or is it a photo?"
Does that
Like
say a lot about someone?
I feel like it does. I don't know. I feel like there's something there, but that's just me. What do
I think
know?
I'd be asking about pets, but that's just me because I love pets.
Yeah.
I think they should ask some deal breaker questions right from the get go.
Deal breaker
Okay.
questions. You got
So
one?
let's say it's a cat lover and
Mm-hmm.
you just can't have dogs in the house or something, but
Uh-huh.
this one has 5 dogs. Would that ever work? Would it ever work? Do they want to take that chance?
I don't know, but that's a great question. So pets, sports, those kinds of things,
Yeah.
right?
I think so.
We need to know those kinds of things.
Yeah.
So.
The game's only going to get better. Anyway, I know we should get to Ruby Bhandari. I'm sorry.
Listen, her fashions are unbelievable, and I think we have some pictures here that maybe
wow.
we'll put one up of wearing some of Ruby's things. But Ruby is fantastic. Her business grows all the time, and so we're excited to have her. So we'll have Ruby come in. Anything else, Zach, before we ask Ruby to come in and talk to us?
I don't think so. I'm excited.
Okay, Sarah, keep answering those phones.
Yes,
keep
ma'am.
staying on email. And you singles out there, remember the mystery dating runs from 25 to 95. So we've got a wide array of opportunities.
Cinderella has cellulite at gmail.com. Send
how
in
do,
those apps.
And how do they find our podcast? Zach?
Oh, they can find us on Facebook at Cinderella Has Cellulite. They can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and anywhere else you get your podcasts at Cinderella Has Cellulite. And make sure to subscribe and like the show to keep up with what we're doing.
Yes, please, and let your friends know. Send out a like or whatever, and let your friends know we're here. And if you know singles, talk to them and let Sarah meet them by email or phone. Talk to you later. We'll get Ruby in. Hello, friends. Gosh, we're back again today with our podcast. We're so excited to be here. We have Zach. You know my friend Zach Lewis,
Yes.
the resident millennial. Say hi, Zach.
Hi, Zach.
Hi, I'm Donna Arp Weitzman. We're thrilled to be here with you guys again today. And Zach, we have another exciting talk show today.
We do.
Yeah, we're on podcast right now. Is that right?
Yes.
And we're on Facebook Live,
We
right?
are on
Hello,
Facebook Live. I know.
Hello, my Facebook friends. We are here today, and we're going to be speaking with Ruby Bhandari. And Ruby is a designer, clothing designer, and she looks fabulous. I mean,
does.
can't you tell?
Thank you.
Yes. Ruby, tell us about you a little bit.
I am the designer and owner of Silk Threads. It's been 26 years.
26 years.
26
She looks like
years.
she's a millennial. She can't be a millennial.
Well, I started when I was 4 because
Okay.
I'm only 29.
All right. So she is.
Or 3, baby.
Started
Yeah.
when you were 4?
Well, 3, right?
Where did you
Yeah.
start, Ruby?
I started in Austin, Texas.
In Austin, Texas.
I
Okay.
was graduating. Well, I was in the University of Texas at Austin.
At 4?
At 4. And I was trying to do my degree in social work.
Okay.
I I have always been into fashion. I started designing, stitching, embroidery, everything at the age of 13.
Wow.
With my mom, we were like the hit mother-daughter of the city.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Every weekend was like, oh my God, we got to stitch clothes before Saturday.
So you were in Austin. Now, Austin is not thought of as the fashion capital of the world. Is that fair to say?
You know, I'm not of the world, maybe, but it's a big deal in Texas, right?
Is
There's a lot
it?
of
I don't
fashion out
know.
there.
I don't know. Is it? I think of Dallas as being the big
No,
fashion world.
I believe it's Dallas.
Oh yeah. Ruby is. We've got people on the side here listening to us, and they are fashionable. Look, let's take some pictures of the Facebook or our Facebook Live audience. Who, hello out there, guys. Hello.
How's it going?
And so, but Ruby and I, we're going to deem for today that Dallas is the capital. Right?
I think Dallas. That's why we're here.
That's why we're here. We're
true.
not in Austin today.
That's right.
However, if we go to Austin, then we're going to say they're the capital of something. What do you think they're the capital of, Zach?
Keeping things weird.
Yeah, Austin's staying weird. Austin's staying weird. That's
Austin
right.
stays weird. It's a great culture. It
But
really is.
Dallas is fashion capital of Texas. I'm going to say that today on the
right.
air.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons is we have Ruby and what you do. So talk to us about your designs. And the main thing Zach and I like to talk about, Ruby, is dating, okay? Dating and relationships. So one of the things that women struggle with, and I don't know, do guys struggle with what to wear on a date, Zach, or
You
do
know,
they just
fashionable guys do.
fashionable
Guys who care do, because there are guys who don't. There are guys who just figure, I'll just wear whatever, it's fine. I think guys who actually, care about their appearance, yes, of course.
Do you think women, Ruby, are interested in what guys wear, or really what they wear? Because I've always heard that women just really dress for other women. Do you think that's true?
I think that women do dress for other women, but you know what? When they're with a guy or they're meeting a guy, if the guy is not as well dressed as them, that guy is probably not at their level.
Wow,
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
point.
It's a big deal.
Zach, when you need to check that out when you're going out with a girl.
Oh, I've been trying to step up my fashion game. It was one of my New Year's resolutions.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you look great today.
Thank you. Yeah,
Does
I
he
really
look great?
tried.
He's a white shirt, the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Well, I think he's
Chrome
dressed
kinda
very
look.
safely.
Yeah,
That's
a
true.
safe
It's
very
it's a
safe.
safe outfit. That's what I was
Okay,
going
all
for.
right. If you were going out on a date with a new woman tonight, would you dress safely?
I think, I don't think I'd wear much different than this.
Okay,
honestly.
what about
So I
you,
don't know if
Ruby?
that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, I would probably want to make sure that your shirt is pressed.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now we're going to
The wrinkles,
we're
You
we're
know.
going to move on because poor Zach, we're we're doing all kinds of trying to find out what Zach would do. So now we're going to talk about those people out in the dating game in Dallas and all of North Texas, and it's their first date with a guy. And let's say that they are baby boomers, because my book is written for a little bit older, later daters. So if I'm a baby boomer and I'm going out for the first time and I've never met the guy before, I met him online, and we're going to a restaurant, what should I wear?
I think
I'm
that
50 years old.
I think you should wear color. I
Okay.
think wearing color is very important, especially people who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. When you wear color, you show how you feel. Wearing white, wearing gray, or just wearing a solid black, it almost means that you're not confident.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes,
Yeah,
it does
That's
show your
really
confidence
interesting.
to the person that is sitting across from you.
Right.
Okay, so girls, women out there, let's wear some color. Don't be afraid. Don't go all black all the time, right? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. I mean, black is definitely safe, but it's boring. Frankly speaking, it's very boring. And I don't know any guy who hasn't seen every single girl in every kind of black dress, pants, shirt possible in the world.
Yeah, I was at a party a few weeks ago, and there were probably about 25 women there, and every woman there had black on. Every woman at the party.
Well, you know what? They obviously were not there to impress.
Oh, I think they were all married, so maybe we weren't impressing anybody. But so wear color. Anything else? Short dresses, long. Are these new maxi dresses? Are they sexy? The ones down to the ankle. I see a lot of those
Well,
now.
I don't know if when you're going on a first date, are you trying to be sexy?
I don't know. Zach, what do you think?
Well, it depends on the person. It takes all sorts to make the world. So, I mean, personally, no, but I'm not a woman. So, I mean, that makes a difference.
Well, being dating and relationship people that Zach and I are, I'm going to go back to statistics and mention that on the studies, it shows that men want sexy women on their first date. Now, they don't want them cheap sexy. but they want them to look good and
Well,
desirable
looking
and sensual.
and sensual doesn't
Okay.
mean that you have to not have clothes on.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you'll want clothes on.
I mean, I feel like, just for example, just looking at you, I know the audience can't see you right now, but to
Actually,
me,
they can on Facebook Live.
Facebook
Hello,
Live,
guys.
yeah.
Hello. I'm wearing Cinderella pink.
Shout out.
Hello.
But to me, you look extremely attractive and very beautiful.
So I could go out in this.
You could absolutely go out and you could very proudly sit in front of a good-looking man or a not-so-good-looking man.
Okay.
And he would be very proud to be sitting with you.
Oh, I love that. Zach,
Yeah.
I'm leaving right now the podcast.
I think you look great, Donna.
And I'm going to go out and
Yes.
and go to Princi Italia, which is our restaurant that's sponsoring our dates,
Mm-hmm.
and sit there at the bar and see what happens. But my husband wouldn't like it. So I guess I better stay here with you, Ruby.
It's-
But you know
show
what's
research.
nice is you're stylish. So, for example, you know, the shirt that you're wearing, the blouse that you're wearing has long slits. So it shows your
Yes.
arms. So it shows some style,
Okay.
which is very, very important. I don't think it's necessary for you to have sleeveless on or a strappy dress on or a maxi dress on to look beautiful, sexy, and attractive.
Well, that's such a good comment, Zach, because in my second book that I wrote, there's a chapter in here, Ruby, that talks about when we're older, that sometimes it's better to wear more material than less.
Well, you have to look good. You know, you have to see what suits you, what your body looks like, and what's going to be attractive to people who are looking at you.
Well, my advice in the book is if you're over 50 and you're going out on you're going on a trip with your new lover, don't spend your money on a swimsuit. Spend it on the swimsuit cover-up, because that's more important. Because the more you cover up, the more likely you are to have another date.
Right.
You know, my rule is it's usually after the age of 35 or 40, depending upon when you have children. But if you've given birth and you've lived life and you've been around the buffet more than once, you definitely need to cover up.
So most of your designs, are they sleeveless, with sleeves? Zach, this is a big issue for women. I know with you millennial guys.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I don't see too many of you with, just T-shirts on anymore.
You know, no matter what
cut-
happens before this episode is over, I definitely want to get some advice for the guys out there. But go
Okay,
ahead. You're
all right.
For
Okay, so
women,
right
yeah.
now we're talking about women, sleeves or no sleeves. This is a big deal. Even in the White House, Michelle Obama was sometimes criticized, and she had those beautiful arms, and people would criticize her because she would go sleeveless.
No, I think her arms were beautiful.
Oh,
You know,
I
you
do
have
too.
to look at your skin. You've got to look at the flesh on your in your body. Is it cellulite full? Mm-hmm. Or, is it smooth? Mm-hmm. And, you've taken, in this day and age, you've taken so many selfies. You've taken so many pictures for Facebook. You know which things you look great in. And
Good point.
Just look at yourself. And you look and you say, oh, my God, I looked so bad that day. Well, that day you probably thought you looked good. But once you look at your photograph, did your arms look good? Did your legs look good? Did that silhouette suit you or not?
And what about color? We talked about having color earlier, but is there such a thing that people look better in certain colors, or is that just something we've been sold by the fashion world?
No, absolutely it is. I have actually been somewhat trained, and it does come naturally, that, according to your skin type and your hair color, there are certain colors that make you look better. There are colors that make your eyes come out. There are colors which make your eyes look like they're sagging, and there are certain colors that make you look old.
Girls, no saggy eyes, no old. No. Okay, so let's keep listening to Ruby, but we're going to have to transition over to Zach because he's feeling lonely. And Zach wants to know about men's fashion.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, one of my resolutions this year was to try to dress a little bit nicer. So
Okay,
I'm curious,
so-
what are some of the things I can do?
What can he do?
Men's fashion 2017. There are different trends. Guys don't know a lot about fashion, so yeah.
Well, you know what? Are you really a big fashion buff, or are you just trying to make it on top of the water and be, there's two of them,
Yeah.
the ones that are really excited about fashion, and then there's guys who are just trying to get up to that level where
Yeah, the
they're
latter.
reasonable.
What if I want to get? What if I'm the latter, but I want to be the former? What if I what if I'm
So you
the
wanna
second, but I wanna-
graduate up.
Yeah. What if I want to learn a little bit more?
Well, I think that you should probably start with, if I was you, I would get a stylist, whether she's just a friend, she or he is a friend, or someone that you hire.
Yeah.
Because they're going to look at your personality,
Right.
your body type.
Yeah.
They're going to look at the kind of places you go, the kind of friends that you have. And then they're going to see what suits you. Like, what do you need?
Right.
Do you really need to go out and buy that expensive Robert Graham shirt, or does it not matter for you? Mm-hmm. And so things like that really, really are important when you're trying to for example, step it up. If you're trying to just do it on your own, I mean, Pinterest and the internet is an amazing place to go.
Good advice. Sure. Pinterest. Do you know about Pinterest,
Oh,
Zach?
I know about Pinterest.
Okay. All right. So, Zach, if you were dating a girl and it's your first date, do you look at what she wears? I mean, is that important to you?
Of course, guys look at what they wear. I'd be lying if I said they didn't. But that being said, I don't think it's the most important thing.
Okay.
I think for women, maybe it's arguably more important looking at what the guy's wearing, because the guy shows up in jeans and a t-shirt versus, a kind of a suit kind of look. It's gonna, it's gonna be a different feel. But for a woman, if she wears a shirt and a skirt or a dress, if it's kind of, guys are, we're a little oblivious sometimes.
Well, I've got to admit, I hate to admit this, but the other night I was going out with my husband and 2 guys, and I was like thinking about what I was going to wear, and I was like, what difference does it make? But if his wives were with them, I would have been really thinking about what I was going to wear. So I just put on something and went, and nobody paid any attention. So,
But even that's something that you wore, I bet you it was very complimenting.
I don't know about that. I was just happy to go, and I didn't wear high heels because I wanted my feet to feel good. So,
Well,
but if had there been wives there, I would have been in my high heels. So I think we women dress for women a lot of
Heels
times.
for the
I do.
women, heels for the women.
I think we do.
But flats are definitely in, and they look great. And the designs now that are available are amazing. I mean, as long as you've got your pedicure done, your feet look great even in flats.
Well, Ruby, tell us about silk threads and what you do. You design, do you actually manufacture your clothing?
I do. I own a manufacturing unit in New Delhi, India.
Okay.
We're doing some manufacturing out of Milan, Italy.
Wow.
And we do a little bit here in Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
So our design team is here in Dallas. I do have an assistant designer in Milan as well as in Delhi. And we do study trends. We generally don't follow them, unfortunately. What we like to do is we like to create things that men and women will wear. We like things that are different, artsy, they have meaning.
So if I wanted you to make something directly for me, would you do that? Or do I need to go to your showroom and pick out something?
Well, no, you don't have to pick out anything. What we do like is if you do come to the showroom, it gives us an opportunity to see what you're attracted to.
Okay.
You're going to be a magnet to certain things, and there'll be certain things that you like, and you say, oh, well, I would never wear it. But there are certain things you say, oh, this is me. So that gives us a very, very good idea of what we would like to do for you.
And what's the average age of the women that you dress? Once again, to remind the audience, Silk Threads is the name of Ruby's company.
Yeah, Silk Threads dresses.
She's been doing it a long, long time.
We dress from age 8 to about 85.
8 to 85.
Wow.
8 to
Zach,
85.
there's a
Very
lot of
broad.
women in your age range
It's
at
true.
that point.
That is
so.
a
There
wide
is
net.
no average because I dress mothers, I dress their children, then their children become teenagers, I'm still dressing them, then they get married, I'm still dressing them, they've had children, I'm still dressing them. I guess we've been around long enough to do that.
So for you followers on Facebook Live, are you wearing one of your designs?
I am.
Can we get a picture of Ruby and her in
I
her
stand?
jewelry? Her
Definitely.
jewelry. Stand up, of course.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful
Wonderful
dress.
This
beading.
is the
It's
return of the
beautiful.
peacock. This is a
Love
print,
it.
which
Peacock.
I developed myself.
Love
and
it.
then all the embellishments are done. Of course, it's done very heavily, but it's also done very delicately.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Zach, do you have any other questions for Ruby?
I don't think I do. I'm a little concerned about the whole stylist thing because guys tend to be a little lazy when it comes to fashion, but I appreciate the advice if anything it's honest.
So you know what I think you should do in that
Please.
case?
Yes.
Just go out and buy some nice shirts in light colors and maybe some stripes.
Yeah.
And then buy a couple of nice cocktail jackets.
Cocktail
Aha.
jackets. All right.
Yeah, some sports coats, as we used to
Little
call them.
something.
Yeah, sports
Yeah.
coats.
So
Ruby,
you'll be set.
You
Yeah,
have been
we'll
a
be set.
delight. You have been an absolute. Thank you for coming and thank you for being here. Zach, always fun. Zach, wasn't Ruby great?
Ruby was great.
You know what? I wish I had that kind of skill to be able to design things.
I know.
She goes to India and picks out her fabrics, which is fantastic. I went to India one time and I bought so much stuff I had to buy a new suitcase.
You've been to India?
I have been to India and I
wow.
loved it. Oh, it's so exotic. And the things she makes here in town in Dallas, we're so lucky to have her. Ladies, Silk Threads, the name of the company, Silk Threads. Look it up, silkthreads.com, right, Sarah?
Look like a model, be a model.
There you go.
Look
There
like
you
a
go.
model, be a
So
model.
we want to thank Ruby for coming on and also and stay stay tuned. In a couple of weeks, we'll have our new podcast out. We're going out once every 2 weeks on Mondays.
Yes.
Be sure and tell your friends. Sarah is going to be busy on the phones, as I mentioned before, and also on email, cinderellahascellulite.com. Goodness knows how many applicants we'll have by then, but it's going to be great fun. And we'll have some dating tips next time and some love tips and falling in love or maybe not. So, Zach?
To keep up with the show, follow us on Facebook at Cinderella Has Cellulite, or keep up with us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, or anywhere you get your podcast. Subscribe to keep up with the show. I already said that. To keep following episodes of the show, to follow up in the dating game and see what we're up to.
All right.
Send us emails at cinderellahascellulite@gmail.com.
And if you're single, we want you.
Yes.
And if you have not read our books, my books, Cinderella Has Cellulite, started all this program and everything else, and Sex and the Siren has been great fun for those of you singles out there. So listen in 2 weeks, and see you soon.
You're listening to RNCN, the digital destination for premium talk radio.